This is Dr. Amber Mele'ha Wolf coming to you on this very auspicious 11/11/18. And I was realizing as I was getting ready for this time with you that it is 7 years since the beginning, the very first meeting of what would become the Lemurian Sisterhood at our 11/11/11 event in Rosario, Argentina. So 7 years of that beautiful sisterhood unfolding, and of that time where really my Akashic awakening started. So hello everybody, hello out there. Thanks for joining me. It's interesting energy, this 11/11. And as I look back to not only 11/11/11, but the other 7 that have been since then, it's always quite unique. And I actually keep track of those things in a calendar so that I can look back and see it's auspicious. It's always uniquely auspicious. Let me say that. So what I want to say today, as our gathering tribe starts to come together, is that we're looking at a master number here. And what does that mean? So 11 is the first of the master numbers, and it's a very spiritual number. It's a gateway number. And if you look at 11 by itself, it's almost like a doorway, the 2 ones together. So here we have 2 ones and 2 ones. So we have 2 doorways, and those doorways can be the personal doorway, the physical doorway, the human, let's say, doorway. And then the other one is the spiritual doorway. So now we have them right next to each other. And guess what? We don't have to choose one or the other. On 11/11, you have them both, and you can walk through those doorways at the same time. So that's pretty exciting. And as we do, we have this opportunity to not focus on what we don't want. It's almost the end of the year. You know, we start thinking about how to begin the next year. So when we now begin focusing on what we do want, we can start either bringing that up from our Akash, we can start having affirmations and declarations about what we do want. And as we begin to sort of wind down this year and go into the next year, we have that in mind already. We have that in our hearts also, so that we can starting now, use this master number and use these doorways as ways to create expansion in our lives and focus on the positive of what we want now and to come. And then we have, if we break down the 1 and the 1, as numerology invariably does, we have a 2. And sometimes 2 can be duality, but it's also cooperation. It's me cooperating with you, the one side cooperating with the other, the masculine cooperating with the feminine, the summer cooperating with the winter, the light cooperating with the dark, and the dark with the light. So when we look at it that way, as harmony instead of duality, we are focusing on the positive. That 2 together don't have to be fighting against each other. They can support each other. And then the 11 again is aligning. We're aligning the 1 and the 1. So in that alignment, we're aligning personal will with divine will. And that is what brings that wonderful balance that we have and that we always work towards. And just becoming more and more aware of, what does this mean in our everyday life? What does it mean to cooperate just with the inside of us, if we are cooperating with our mind and our heart together instead of one or the other, or if our old patterns are stopping us from cooperating with what we want in the new. How do we shift that? How do we change that? And now it's the time to do that. It's supported in numerology and astrology to begin to realign the human with the divine. And so as I say that, I feel the energy of the Star Mothers standing by, waiting to have something to say to all of us. So let's just take a moment to tune into our breathing and slow it down and soften it so that we come more into our body. And bring our awareness to the center where alignment can begin, where the one and the one lives in the doorway of the physical and the spiritual together. And take another breath. And feel yourself soften to the possibility of harmony and balance. The place where creativity can come through. As we give ourselves the opportunity to stand together next to each other, to support each other. Good morning, dear shining ones. We are here with you, front and center, and ready to discuss this beautiful 1111 vibration that is going on today. And we know that mele'ha is having a gathering of women today. And what a wonderful, auspicious time to do that. In the 11, we have that community, and we have twice the community with 1111. So you see how we are as the Star Mothers. We are our own community all the time. So we have the 1, we have the 11, we have the 2, 3, 4 through the end. And that is the beautiful thing about more than one, is that we have this community and we learn how to best connect with each other's assets and how we best support each other and how we best reflect each other. So let us talk about reflection for just a moment here. In 11, the 1 is reflecting the other 1. So whatever you are looking at, whatever you're saying, whatever you're feeling is being reflected back to you. Whatever you see in the world out there, or as you see the world out there, is being reflected back to you. That one that you are. So if you are seeing pain and suffering, where is that coming from? It's being reflected from you, from the one that you are, onto the one that is outside of you. So how do we shift the outside? We tell you this all the time. The inside, that's where it starts. That's where we open the reflection inside to the godness and the goddessness that's inside, to create a life of that on the outside, to each day begin by saying, I create the beauty and the light ahead of each breath, and see that that comes into you, because it will be reflected in the mirror of the world around you. And isn't that wonderful? Because you have something to say and do about that. It's almost like you have control. How about that? You have control that starts inside, dear shining ones. That is you. You have that choice, the free will given to you upon your birth in humanity. You have that free will to connect with the collective. So that's the 11 for you today, is connecting and the collective. How beautiful. And you get to see in the eyes and the hearts of others what is in your eyes and your hearts. Of course, through us, we always see everything is perfect and beautiful, even if it doesn't look like it in the moment, because we have in our beings this love for you that never changes. This love for all of the seated ones that never changes. It's always huge, enormous, unconditional, beautiful love. So as you live your today in 11:11, know that you start another cycle of this one, this cooperation, this togetherness, this harmony, this spiritual doorway to walk through personally. And of course, know that we are with you always, in all ways. For now, we step back and we give you back to mele'ha. So take another breath and just allow the sweetness of the Star Mother energy to be around you like a soft hug of love, a soft blanket of starlight woven together by all of the mothers when they come to be with us. It's truly a blessing and a beautiful time that we get to spend this time together. And we get to. We don't ever have to. We may need to, but we also get to be in this expanded moment with them and with each other. It's wonderful that you're all joining me here today. And I hope in my heart that you take this 11 energy into each breath, the one for the in and the one for the out. And you see yourselves as the beautiful mirrors that you are. I know so many of you. I've met many of you in person, and I do see what's in you, what's in your soul, what comes through your eyes, and that beautiful energy of the divine. Enjoy, beautiful ones, and thank you.